What's up, you guys? Thank you guys for tuning back in. If this is your first time, my name is Tiana. As you can tell by the title below, I'll be doing a Q&A as well as a get ready with me. I posted a questionnaire on my Instagram and some of you did ask some questions, but I decided to add in a couple of questions of my own that I feel like you guys would like to know about me. I'm super excited about this as I am a new YouTuber, so I feel like this will give you some insight of who I am as a person. I know I look a little crazy. And like I said, this is a get ready with me. I'm fresh out the shower. I've prepped my face and everything. So let's get to it. I've put my hair up. I've already prepped my face and whatnot. Let's get started with these questions. What do you do for work? What I do for work, it's kind of always been hard for me to explain, but just to make it pretty simple, I work for a high-tech company, but not for that company itself. I work for a contracted company within it. I don't want to disclose what company, but pretty much it's a culinary department, and I am the administrator for it. I've been with this job for about 2.5, 3 years. Today's actually my anniversary for the job. So I started in 2019. So yeah, about 3 years. So I'm super excited. This job has been the biggest blessing to me, and I wouldn't trade it for any other job. It's just a simple office job, nothing crazy. Let's be real. All right, we're just gonna move along. That was a pretty simple question. Pretty self-explanatory. If you could go anywhere in the world, where would it be? See, this question is very I could go anywhere in the world. I would go, I don't know. I feel like I would want to go somewhere like Bali or Grwm or St. Lucia, like somewhere very tropical, but also not too expensive. Like, I feel like any vacation you go on, it shouldn't be too expensive and well, now you can have a luxury vacation if that's what you want to do and whatnot. But for me, I love the simple things in life. So in Bali, I hear you can get like an Airbnb for like $40 a night. And I'm like, that's a steal. Like, who wouldn't want to go on vacation as well as not spend a lot of money? It might take a lot of money to be there, or to fly there, but to be there itself is not that expensive. I'm like, who would not want to do that, you know? So I think I'm gonna stick with that answer and say Bali. Number 3, what motivated you to do hard work? What motivated me to do hard work? I feel like what motivated me to do hard work was that I didn't have a lot growing up as a kid, you know, living on Section 8 and low income housing, and my mom being so sick and stuff. When I was legally able to work, I worked, and I made sure my mom was good. And I started working a month after I turned 15 years old. I started working at McDonald's, and that really humbled me up a lot, seeing how much bills were and how much it was going to take to be an adult. Because as a teenager, you don't really see what your parents go through. So that definitely humbled me up a lot. And I take a lot of appreciation for all the parents out there and what they do for their kids. And it really showed me how much work my mom did. And I also just never wanted to be down again in my life. Like, growing up and not being able to, and it's not my mom's fault. Like, it's nobody's fault. It's just the way that life works out for some people. And, you know, I don't think nobody ever signs up like, oh, like, we all have a plan to be successful, but sometimes things just don't work out the way that it works out. And for me, I'm gonna work as hard as I possibly can to make sure, even if it's not even rich. I don't plan to be rich in my life, and I don't really care. All I want to make sure is that I keep this roof over my head, I have food on my table, and if I have kids, they will never go without. And that's all I want in life, because money is not happiness to me personally. Some people might disagree, but for me, money is not happiness. what makes me happy is being stable. And that's all I want in life. And that's why I work so hard. I feel like we all have like the same answer for that though. What are your pet peeves? So my pet peeve is eating. Like, I cannot take somebody eating, like, let's say I go out to, like, with my friend and, like, we stop and get something really quick to eat. You know what I mean? Like, from a fast food restaurant. What doesn't matter. Just something quick where we're eating in the car. And we're sitting in the car and we're eating and there's no type of music. There's nothing on at all. Like, that will drive me completely, oh god, that was a lot. That will drive me completely insane is if we're sitting in complete silence and I can hear every single time you chew. That is, no, I cannot do it. I don't know how people do that. And especially if they're a smacker. If they're a smacker, oh, I'm probably just gonna have to call you out because I'm sorry, no grown person should still be smacking. And that's just true honesty. Like, what are you doing being a grown person still smacking? Like, I'll let kids get away with it, but how I grew up, my mom always said, if you gonna smack, you gonna get smacked. And so I grew up in a family where we didn't smack. And I'd just be so surprised how many grown people smack. Like, what? We still smack? Okay. Moving right along. That just irritated me again. Are you an introvert or an extrovert? I feel like I'm a seasonal type of person. So luckily enough, I live in Seattle, so it's not always beautiful and whatnot. But in summertime, I'm definitely an extrovert. You cannot keep me inside even if you were to tie me down. That is never gonna happen. Like, I cannot stay inside for my life. But in summertime or in wintertime, it's more of, don't even hit me up. Just don't, because I'm more than like, it's too cold outside. And you can be cute in the cold, but to a certain extent. And it's just, I feel like the wintertime is more of my time to start, you know, the New Year's is in winter. So I really start planning out like, what is the next move for me? What can I change this year than I did the last year? You know, not a new year, new me, just more, what's my new goal this year? You know, did I accomplish my goal last year? If I didn't, what can I do to make sure that I accomplish it this year and not fall behind? You know, and so that's my little short, simple answers. I'm very seasonal when it comes to being an introvert and extrovert. Summertime, extrovert all the way. Introvert, only in wintertime. Let's move right along. Where do you see yourself in 10 years? So, in 10 years, I see myself, first of all, being a mom. That's a goal in my life, is to be a mom. When I was younger, I always said I wasn't gonna have kids, you know? But now that I'm getting older, I'm only 22, but turning 23, I started saying I was gonna have a kid by the age of 23. I turn 23 in 5 months. And let's just say, honey, I'm not having any babies in the next 5 months. But definitely in the next 10 years, I want to be a mama and having my family. I don't want to have, like, I want to have real estate properties. Sorry, this eyebrow is really messing with me today. I kind of like, this is, like I said, just a quick little look. I'm not doing my full glam. Maybe one day we can do an actual, like, full on get ready with me. But 10 years, I want to be a mom and I want to have some real estate underneath my name, but maybe not like a house for me, because I plan on getting a house when I'm like building my house up when I'm like 45, 50. Like, that's literally, I don't want to build a house and then when I turn 40, I'm like, this is not my vibe anymore. You know, I want a house where it's like, I've been through enough homes to realize what I want, what I like. This is going to be the family home. My kids will probably already be grown up, but at least they'll know, like, this is their house for when I'm gone. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be that person who's always switching. But I also want some properties like flipping and just things like that. I just want to have property to my name, whether it's a business property, whether it's a home, whatever it is. I just want to have property to my name. Let's move to the next comment. Or not comment, question. Has living in Seattle been a challenge? Living in Seattle, I will say, definitely has been a big challenge, just for the sole fact that, you know, I am pretty much here by myself. All my family is in Texas. So trying to make all this work and learn a lot of independency, like, it has been super hard. But thankfully, like I said, like, I got a pretty good job, so that's been helping out a lot. But I could not imagine if I did not get this job when I got this job and I was still working at McDonald's, where would I be? It's not easy. Seattle is not cheap. It's not an easy state to make a living in by yourself. Luckily, I have a partner, so everything is split into two. But some people don't have that, and I just could not imagine having to do that. You know, living in Seattle is not easy, mentally, physically, all of it, because I'm a summer baby and I love the sun, but we don't have the sun here. And I feel like that has been definitely a toll on me mentally, because it's like we only get, maybe out of the whole year, we probably get about 80 days of sun. Out of 365 days, we get about 80 days of like hot, pure sun. And that's give or take. Like, that's being nice. So it's been hard, but I've been trying to figure out what's next in my life. I don't know if Seattle is going to be my forever, but it's definitely been really hard. As you guys know, I did move here with my mom, and my mom passed away. So it's kind of just like figuring it out. What's next, you know? So yeah, I would just say it's very challenging. If I didn't have my partner, I know I'd make it, I'd figure it out, but I wouldn't know. It'd probably be 10 times harder, you know? How have you and your boyfriend managed to stay in a relationship for so long, being so young? This question's a really good question, for the sole fact that me and my boyfriend have been together for going on 7 years, and then our anniversary is in 3 months. So yeah, we've been together for 7 years, and I feel like what's kept us going is the fact that, sorry, contouring, you guys know about it. It's kind of, you gotta make sure your face stays still so you know where you're going. I feel acceptance, because when we were younger, it was kind of like we couldn't accept the fact that we were growing up. We couldn't accept the fact that he has problems and I have problems and whatnot. So acceptance is number one, in the way of like, we started understanding my problems are my problems, your problems are your problems. If I feel like I can help you and be there for you, I'm gonna do that. But let's just say you're going through something crazy in your life, and then life hits a rock bottom for me. I have to put energy and stuff into myself, because at the end of the day, yes, we are a team, but we're also two individuals. If something were to happen between me and him, I'm still the only person who has me, and he's the only person who still has him. So at the end of the day, accepting the fact that there's going to be times where I can't help you. There's times that he can't help me. You know what I mean? Like, we got to stop being so selfish and thinking that somebody owes you their life, pretty much. Like, stopping their life to help you, even though they're going through their own issues. So I feel like that was like one of the number one things that helped me and him was making sure that we stopped putting so many of our problems on each other and getting mad at each other if we just mentally couldn't help you or physically help that person. Also, communication. Me and my boyfriend have been dating since I was 15 years old. So communication was not the best. Can you imagine any high schooler having the best communication? Come on. With finances, we moved in when I was 17. Like, can you imagine a 17-year-old being very communicative? No, it's not ideal that happens, you know? But as time went on, we've learned how to communicate in a way where it's healthy, where we're not getting mad at each other for telling the truth. We're just being completely transparent about everything and not hiding anything to not hurt somebody's feelings. If it hurts your feelings, I'm sorry, but at least you can never call me a liar. So that was, I would say, it probably even beats acceptance, but acceptance falls in a lot of, they both fall into each other, you know, accepting and communicating and talking like, hey, I can't help you right now, you know? Sorry guys, I have a lot of like allergies and stuff right now, so you kind of hear me sniffling and stuff. Moving right along. I hope that kind of summed it up. What I thought is very broad. I feel like that needs to be like a whole nother video by itself. Relationship questions. And I can go a little bit more deep, but I'm trying to keep this sweet and simple. So next question is, what is one of your biggest accomplishments? See, this question is kind of hard for me to answer because sometimes I don't look at myself as, like, I just don't see the best of myself. So that's something I am working on. But if I were to say something I feel like I'm accomplished, and it may not seem like an accomplishment to you guys, but I feel like I've accomplished just like making it. I know I haven't made it, like I'm not where I want to be or whatnot, but I have a roof over my head, I have food on my table, I am doing well, you know, for myself. I have a car, I have a job. Like, that is an accomplishment for me because where I came from. So that's just my biggest accomplishment, is just making it. But I haven't even made it yet. This is not where I want to be, but I have not hit my rock bottom yet. I'm hoping there's not a yet, but I'm just saying, like, I have not hit rock bottom, and I feel like I'm doing pretty well for my age. And I need to like be more appreciative of that I'm doing well for my age. I always forget I'm only 22, you know, like, you know. I'm about done. We have one last question, and it's just kind of leaving off on a good note and not so serious. What is your favorite song? So right now it's like a weird time in music. Like, music is just not the same, and I'm an R&B fanatic. Like, I really love like music from the 70s all the way up until like the early 2000s. Any type of soul or R&B, like, that's my genre. But right now I would say anything by Queen Nasia is, I don't really know how to say her name properly, but that's why I'm gonna say it. Queen Nasia, or really into Afro beats right now. But yeah, that's about my two favorite songs. Or favorite song by Queen Nasia is Butterflies Part 2. Like, I cannot get enough. I mean, I be singing my heart out. If y'all heard me in the shower, it's literally a freaking choir. Like, I just can't get enough of the girl. Her voice is very pure and very, just love it. And I do watch her YouTube here and there, and she just seems like a really genuine person, and I like that in an artist, is when an artist is not too out there and crazy and just being extra for no reason, you know? But okay, so I'm gonna spray my face. I'm gonna put some lip gloss on and put some mousse in my hair, and I'll check back in with you guys once I am done. All right, so this is the final look. I put in some mousse and scrunched my hair. I put on some powder, some setting spray, and some lip gloss just to kind of tie the look up together. And like I said, this is more for if I was going out to brunch with my friends, or if I was going to go run errands and I need to just slap on some makeup in 15 minutes. Little disclaimer, I am not a makeup artist. Don't plan on being a makeup artist, and I know that I'm not a makeup artist. I probably did a lot of that wrong or out of order or whatever, and I'm fully aware of it, but I am not striving to be a makeup artist. But other than that, I had so much fun doing this Q&A. I definitely want to do another one in a couple of weeks, so please make sure to go follow me on Instagram. I'll drop the username right here, and if you have not, please go add me on Snapchat. That's really where you get the insight. I really feel like you guys got to know a little bit more about me, and I'm super excited. Is this something you vibe with? Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you guys so much for tuning back in. And until next time.